Hello, I'm Senorita Bitzer, one of the art teachers at Eagle Heights. Today we're going to be making a face portrait using found objects. Before we talk about what found objects are, we're going to learn about an artist. So let's go to the next slide. Today we're talking about the artist Giuseppe Arciboldo. He was an artist that was born in the city Milan in Italy, and he did most of his paintings in the mid-1500s. So on my screen I have two examples of paintings that he did. One called Spring, which is on the left side, and then on the right side I have one called Vertumnus. Vertumnus means Roman god of gardens, orchards, and seasonal change. And as you can see in both of his paintings, he uses a lot of found objects or resources, meaning that he uses flowers, vegetables, tree roots, fruit to create a portrait. So looking at the example on the right side, Vertumnus, I see that he uses, it looks like blackberries and cherries. I see some grapes, maybe some wheat. I see some flowers right below his neck, and even some carrots. So he used a lot of resources that were found at that time as inspiration to create his painting. Let's go to the next slide and talk about what we're going to be doing for our project. Our focus for today is I can create a face portrait using found objects. The very first step that you're going to do is ask your parents for permission, meaning you're going to ask them if you can use food, if you can use items from inside your house, or if you can go outside and use outdoor objects. Once your parents have given you permission, you can then gather 5 or more different found objects for this project. If you're a little bit stuck and don't know where to look, and you've already been given permission, some items here that I have on the slide are for food. You could look for dried beans, dried rice, or dried noodles. For indoor objects, you could look for beads or container lids or wire or string. And if you are allowed to go outside, you could look for small rocks, leaves, twigs, pebbles. And remember, these are just things to get you started if you don't know where to look. Once you've gathered your 5 or more different found objects, I would like you to take those objects and to create a face portrait. So thinking about how can you create the eyes, the nose, the hair, the mouth, the ears, the skin, the face shape with those found objects. You might realize that some of the objects that you have, you might not use, and you might also need to go back and look for some other found objects to create parts of the face portrait. That is fine. Just letting you know, you might have to do a little bit of adjusting with this project. Once you are done with your face portrait, I would like you to send a video of your portrait with an explanation of what objects you used to make the face to your art teacher. On the next slide, I have an example if you would like to look at that before starting your project. So here's my example of my face portrait. To create my face portrait, I used food items. Remember that you can use indoor and outdoor items as well. Remember, that is something that you need to check in with your parents about first. But for this one, I used food. And here on the slide, I listed the items that I used for each feature of the face. So I used rice to create the skin or the face shape. I used spiral noodles for the hair. I used elbow noodles to create the ears and the eyebrows. I used chocolate chips for my eyes. I used peanut butter chips for my nose, and then I used marshmallows for my mouth or my teeth to create my face portrait. So remember, you're using those found objects to create a face portrait. Once you have completed your project, please send a video of your portrait with an explanation of the objects that you used to make the face. Let us know if you have any questions at all about the project. Thank you for listening. Bye.